Now, a couple of words from the Queensberry King, Frank Warren.
He did also say that he won't be fighting Moses Itauma.
He did.
Reaction to that?
Well, Moses is number one in two of the governing bodies. And if they call for it, then he'll have to think about that one. If they call for one of those fights, Moses keeps winning and stays where he's at, then he'll have to fight him or he'll have to vacate the belt.
Frank.
But look, I'm not going to, he's everything he's been asked of him, he's done. Alexander, he's a great fighter and 4 belts, and he'll do what he feels he wants to do, right? And God bless him and good luck to him.
Alexander Usyk told he must defend against Moses Itauma or surrender his belts, according to Frank Warren. Now, before we get to that, we gotta congratulate Fabio Worley. Every time we talk about Fabio Worley, he's not skilled enough. And Joseph Parker was favored to win this fight and go into the Usyk fight to fight for all 4 belts. And Fabio Worley ruined the party. Like I said, boxing is a theater of the unexpected, especially in the heavyweight division, when one big shot is a game changer. And this was an outstanding fight. I had Parker winning going into the 10th round, and then Worley land the shots that changed the whole fight around. Now, I believe since Usyk was on fight Parker if he won, I think Fabio Worley, who beat Parker, who is now the WBO interim champion, deserves the next shot at Usyk. It doesn't matter if you think he's going to win the fight or not. He earned the shot against Alexander Usyk. I had him losing against Honey in the later rounds, and he came out and had the eraser. He was losing to Parker, I thought, and he had the eraser. All this guy does is win. He's 20-0 with 19 knockouts. Let's see what he does against Usyk, who most consider the best fighter on the planet. But if he gets past Worley, and if Itauma keeps dominating and looking impressive and winning, he's on a collision course with Itauma now, since he doesn't want to retire until he's 41 years old. And not just that, we could be looking at, I think Worley should get the match with Usyk, but if we don't get that, we could possibly be looking at Worley and Itauma down the line. But I like to say to both guys, Worley and Parker, great fight. And congratulations to Fabio Worley, who did it once again against all odds. If you do not know who Eric Gomez is, he is the president of Golden Boy Promotions, which is owned by Oscar De La Hoya. And he was recently on the 3 knockdown rule, which is Steve Kim and Mario Lopez. If you're a boxing nerd like me, I would subscribe to the podcast. On this podcast, Eric Gomez reveals why he thinks Canelo lost the fight. I don't own the rights to this content. It's for educational purposes only. Let's hear Eric Gomez's explanation why Canelo lost to Terence Crawford.
He doesn't run. All he does is he takes these little half steps and these angles.
It's subtle.
And it's subtle, and it's beautiful to watch because it's just, that's all you got to do. Just take a half step and you can't hit him.
So
and
Eric,
he comes right back.
Is it safe to say you were not stunned by what happened when he faced Canelo?
No, I picked him to win. I picked him to win, and that's a style that we avoided. The 12 years that we had Canelo, we avoided that style. The only reason the Lara fight got done was because Canelo insisted on it. He insisted on it. But even Austin Trout gave him problems. Lara gave him problems. That's a style that we avoided. Mayweather did. And I felt that it was going to be a very similar fight to the Mayweather fight. And I felt that Crawford was going to win a decision. I didn't think it was going to be that lopsided.
When you watch the whole interview, you could tell Mario Lopez is a big Canelo fan. He didn't like what Eric Gomez was saying it was a lopsided fight. Of course, Mario Lopez seen it as closer than other people, but he also made excuses for Canelo Alvarez, right? He says, I don't want to take credit from Terence Crawford, but Canelo looked old in that fight, just like everybody else. When you do that, you are taking credit away from the victor. Now, Eric Gomez is the president of Golden Boy Promotions, right? Golden Boy Promotions. He said him and Oscar did not like matching Canelo with those type of fighters. And when you look at fighters he's talking about is Mayweather, Dimitri Bivol, which he wasn't under Golden Boy Promotions when he fought him. And you talk about Terrence Crawford. Those are three styles, or like similar styles, that Canelo has problems with. And he's right. I thought Austin Trout was a closer fight than what people said it was. Also, Lara, some people thought Lara beat Canelo in that match. It was a controversial fight. And so what Eric Gomez is telling us, you know, this is coming out of his mouth, don't kill the messenger. He's saying that they would try to go around those fights. He didn't want Canelo in those fights because they were too risky. In other words, Gomez knew a style that would give Canelo problems, and he's saying in his own words that they used to cherry pick, used to work around those styles. Styles that Canelo had problems with, they did not want anything to do with. Now, with that being said, you go throughout history and there's been fighters or great fighters that avoid certain styles. There are certain fighters that Mayweather didn't fight for a reason, right? He didn't fight guys that had a longer reach than him. I mean, look at the fighters that he fought. I mean, seldom you see someone on Mayweather's resume that had a longer reach than him. And also look at Devin Haney. Devin Haney is more successful fighting smaller and shorter guys. I mean, how many guys have Devin Haney fought that have a longer reach than him? And then you look at Canelo Alvarez. Canelo has a problem with people that can move. Boxers that can move, he has a problem with. I mean, Canelo has no feet, but he has good upper movement, but he doesn't have no feet. So he does have problems with people that move, and he admits this himself. He did not want to fight Crawford a couple of years ago because he moves too much. Those were his words. But anyway, leave your thoughts or comments below. Let me know what you think about Eric Gomez's comments. And should Fabio Wardley get the next shot at Alexander Usyk? I think so. Beezy, I'm gone.